God, if I could have dug a hole and put myself in it, I would have done it. I hated that. I was so glad when that side of it was finished.
Which is your best football team?
My best what?
Football team.
Football team? I don't like football really, but I used to go and see Chelsea.
It was rubbish. Utterly rubbish.
Sometimes elements of a star's image can arrive by happy accident. When Gary Numan crash-landed into the late 70s charts, this pallid, po-faced android seemed like a new kind of pop star. One whose image was adroitly fashioned as a response to late 20th century alienation, reflecting the blank despair of post-industrial Britain. Well, actually, no.
The makeup thing was a little bit of, I had bad skin at the time, so when I did TV for the first time, they put loads of Pantec on it to cover it up.
Here in my car, I feel safest of all. I can lock all my doors. It's the only way to live in cars.
So I thought, well, that looks alright, but it made my eyes look pasty, so I've got loads of eye makeup on to make the eyes stand out.
It keeps me stable for nights in cars.
The not smiley thing, I didn't used to smile to start with, because I was conscious of my teeth. And then you read reviews of the top of the pop performance and they're talking about this non-smiling androidy sort of person. So you're reading this stuff, you think, well, it's working in a way that I didn't expect it to.
Even if Gary Numan may have stumbled on part of his look, he was a star who came to the pop table with a game plan for both music and image. But what happens when a likeable but less image-conscious pop foot soldier gets left to his own devices, sartorially speaking?
My name's Rick.
Especially if a debut hit makes a lightning ascent to the top.
I'd done absolutely nothing. I was at a tiny little label, and then I think within 2 weeks after that, 2 or 3 weeks, I was #1 everywhere. I used to describe it as such. If you're standing in a train station, waiting for your little train to come through, and then this huge monster rate express train comes stamping through, and you just put your hand out, and you grab it, and you hang on, and you're just whisked off, and everything is a blur and frightening and noisy and scary. You've got no idea what's going on. And you're on the outside, and you can see them. You can see people walking about, but you can't really get to them or touch them. And you're just hanging on and hanging on and hanging on, and you know that you're going to fall off, and then you do. You find yourself in the middle of nowhere, and it's been unbelievably exciting and the most scary thing that's ever happened in your life.
But reaching the top doesn't have to be so traumatic. For others,
people that will faint or even wreck themselves because they love you so much, who you've never met. A wanker in one day, quite a few actually, in my experience, quite a few.
I've had a couple of death threats this year. I didn't have any last year, I had another one the year before that. But that's an occupational hazard.
I had somebody send me a live bullet in the post. I did Wembley, 3 nights at Wembley once. I got this live bullet, which is not easy to get, so obviously I had access to this sort of thing, saying I was going to shoot you at Wembley, but I was enjoying myself so much, I thought I'd do it another time. Oh, fair enough, mate. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Why would you? And these people are out there, walking about, when all you've done is written a song that a few people liked. You think, where does that all come from?
without so much as a byline in the local rag.
In '92, I was barren. I had no ideas. In terrible state. I put out an album in '92, but it was rubbish. I have to be honest. But it's all I had. I thought I was dead and buried. Actually, couldn't give it away. Couldn't give tickets away, and nobody was interested. I would have even welcomed some hostile press because there wasn't any.
When a once adored star starts craving a press hatchet job just to know someone's listening, the writing is on the wall. This is not going to end well.
When the career started to slide, I listened to advice, which is a kiss of death. I stopped being obsessively arrogant, and I started to think, all of my obsessive arrogance, I'm failing.
You only actually think about it when you're on the way down, when nobody's buying your records, and you start looking back at the old records and think, what was it about those records that people loved? and you start trying to change what you're doing.
I think that should be written down somewhere. Probably